So what did you think?
It's just a salad. It's just a piece of cucumber. But...
Yeah, 7. 7 is about it.
So one of our friends gave us a discount code so we could get a free trial box of HelloFresh, and we just had to pay $10 delivery. This box has 5 meals for 2 people, hopefully. Pass me the small unboxing knife. Let's start cooking. It looks like, I don't know what that is. Then we have, our recipes. So on the front is a gorgeous picture that my meal probably won't look at all like. And on the back is the recipe. Now we have 5 big bags with colors on them. I'm not sure if there's like some, so there's little dots here. I assume that tells you it's supposed to match. So the brown one, this should be the fettuccine then, if I'm right. So are we meant to just put these in the fridge like this? And then open them as we make them?
I think so.
And then in here, this must be the, that's all the cold stuff. So we're going to make the easy Malaysian beef and roast veggie curry. The instructions are on the back. And I've got my red dot there.
This recipe came with beef strips, veggies, rice, spice blend, spinach, coconut milk and peanuts.
So the first instruction is to roast the veggies. You know I'm all about not doing things that take too long.
It's not that I'm lazy, it's more that I'm selectively
That takes
efficient.
a long time and requires me to heat up a whole oven. So I figured since I'm using the stove anyway, I'm just gonna fry them in the kettle. Is this a pin?
Normally I would cook rice in the rice cooker, but the recipe called for a saucepan and we thought we should follow the recipes exactly.
You're not saying what you're doing.
Yeah, well, it said to toss the meat with the mustard. The curry powder. That's not mustard.
Filming while cooking is not natural for us.
This is a problem. They didn't tell me I'm gonna need a can opener. What do we do?
We do have a can opener, but the tin was too small, so...
The biggest problem with this meal was this tiny coconut milk can, which our can opener was way too big for, so we had to use the axe, put a hole in there. A little bit of brown sugar and a tablespoon of soy sauce. Oh, shit.
This recipe itself was fairly easy.
No!
Spilling things is my thing.
I've spilled rice.
And then it was time to plate up and the big reveal. Voila! Our first HelloFresh home-cooked meal. But what did we think?
Pretty good. Let me get a piece of meat and see.
What's your thought?
It's nice. I think we overcooked the meat a little bit. But it's good.
Bon appetit. The meat, a little bit chewy. The sauce is nice. The rice is cooked to perfection. And the nuts add a little bit of crunch, which is real delish.
That's what I think.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Flavors are really good. I added some lime juice to spark it up a bit. I think there could be a bit more chili in there too.
I'll give it a 7. Needs a bit of spice. Overall, the portions are good. Good portions for 2 people.
Good portion size. Today,
What's today?
okay, this is our second meal, day 2 of the HelloFresh, and we're going to be making quick lemon pepper salmon with warm dill and parsley potato salad.
So I grabbed the bag with the blue dot and inside was potato, lemon, cucumber, lemon pepper spice, apple, mixed salad, salmon and dill and parsley mayo.
Step number 1, zest the lemon to get a generous pinch. How do you get a pinch of lemon? What is wrong with this lemon? That lemon looks weird. That should not be that color.
As well as zesting lemon, I had to cut potatoes.
Too small.
The pot I had prepared was too small.
Did that go in?
Most of it went in.
While the potato is cooking, combine the plain flour. Let's see if we have some plain flour. So we got that independent flour instead because we didn't have plain, we only got self-raising here.
I don't know what's wrong with our pantry, but we didn't have the things HelloFresh expected us to have, so we had to make do.
It's just very peppery. I can't see pepper on a...
And once we got over the sneezing, we cooked the fish.
So now we have the salad, but I'm supposed to use my own balsamic vinegar and my own olive oil. All I've got is this tiny bit of balsamic dressing. So I'm just going to have to go with that because balsamic vinegar is not a staple in our house. But maybe it should be.
Once the salad was appropriately dressed, we made the potato salad and plated up. Voila! This was our lemon pepper salmon with dill and parsley potato salad.
I'm going to try the salad. I like the dill mayonnaise and the lemony flavours. Then we try this with my own balsamic dressing. It's just a piece of cucumber. But now we try the fish with my own independent flour. That's melt in your mouth delicious. That's really good. The fish is good. Potato salad has good flavours. The green stuff is just green stuff. You want to try?
Yep.
The face Morgan started pulling here was because the fish actually had bones in. You can probably eat them,
You look like you're about to spit something out.
but they were a little
I think
sharp.
there's little bones in it. It's kind of a neutral flavour. It doesn't have much of a kick, but it's nice. Now we'll try the salad. We've got the cucumber and apple. Tastes like a good regular salad. Now this was mayo and what?
Dill mayonnaise.
Okay. It's nice as well. Overall, it's a good solid plate. So what did you think?
I think it's a good dish. I'd be happy if I ordered it from a restaurant. But as far as the actual HelloFresh experience comes, firstly, I didn't have balsamic vinegar. Secondly, plain flour. Surprisingly, I only had self-raising, but that worked. And the lemon. The lemon was brown. That was, I mean, first world problems. I can find another lemon, but that's not the point. It's not the most convenient, but then it's fresh, which I think is more the point of HelloFresh. It's like the convenience of not having to grocery shop, but the inconvenience of having to spend an hour preparing your fresh ingredients.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's just missing a little bit of something.
I would like some colour in my salad, like some tomatoes, which I'm about to put on because I had tomatoes in the fridge.
I added tomatoes and some of my own homegrown sprouts to spice it up.
I feel like the last thing it's missing is just like a little dipping sauce for the fish, just to give it that extra kick.
Like an aioli or a hollandaise.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for.
We're going to try the third meal, the quick mushroom and truffle fettuccine.
This meal came with a bag of fettuccine, sliced mushrooms, truffle oil, pear, vegetable stock, grated Parmesan cheese, spinach, parsley, garlic, and rocket leaves, as well as a packet of cooking cream. This meal already had us at the pasta and the mushrooms. They're two of our favorite things. And then you add the garlic in and the smell is delicious. Then we had to put in the cooking cream and a little thing of vegetable stock, which also smelled amazing. And then I had to do more chopping.
So the recipe called for balsamic vinegar again for the salad dressing. I don't have balsamic vinegar, so I'm going to combine apple cider vinegar and honey instead of balsamic vinegar and honey.
This was a bad idea. Don't do this. Just do yourself a favor and buy some balsamic vinegar. And then I had to chop more things and put the spinach and the pasta in with the cream, add a little bit of water and Parmesan cheese. We added in a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we were ready to plate. This was when the truffle oil came into play, and I just had to put a drizzle on or a bit more, and voila! We're not the best at plating pasta, but hopefully it tastes better than it looks. It definitely smells amazing.
We're gonna have to get some truffle oil. That's really good. Garlicky. It's a lot better than I thought. Now we'll try my apple cider vinegar and honey salad dressing because I still don't have balsamic. It's quite tart because of the apple cider vinegar. It's not terrible. The only thing is the pasta, again, these HelloFresh things. Oh, these HelloFresh things, they don't seem to have a lot of chili.
So what's your rating?
I'll probably give this a 9 out of 10. Surprisingly, it's really good. I thought like it didn't have many ingredients, but the flavors are really nice. And I think part of that is that vegetable stock that went in because that smelled really good. So I'm gonna try and make this again.
That's good. Not as creamy as I hoped for. Maybe some of the cream's down the bottom if you look closely.
Oh yeah, I see that.
So we'll have to mix it in a little bit, but it's very nice flavors. I love pasta and I love mushroom pasta. So this is a hit for me. I reckon we would make this again. But let me try the homemade here. I reckon another dressing would be a winner. But this is good. I think these are very good portions. And I think plenty of mushroom.
What do you think of the truffle oil?
I don't know. This is the truffle oil and it's branded.
Truffle oil taste test.
Okay. Yeah. That's truffle oil.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's got a tiny bit of a taste. It's not bad.
I really like it.
Yeah.
What would you rate the dish?
I'd give this one a 9 as well because I really love mushroom pasta. And how would I improve this?
Spice.
A tiny bit of spice would be nice.
Yeah. But I think this has been the favourite dish so far.
This is the favorite, and then the beef strips, and then whatever we had yesterday. Salmon's last. This one's number 1.
Tonight we're making creamy coconut dal and chili flatbread. So let's open up the bag. We got 6 mini tortillas. Who's gonna eat all those? Or tortillas. Spinach, chili flakes, turmeric, coconut milk, onion, tomato paste, mint, carrot, lentils red, tomato, garlic, and ginger.
Again with the chopping onions. Why?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I just hate seeing you upset.
Oh, my poor onion. I finally grate the garlic. How do you grate a garlic? I just think I'm just gonna chop it.
To save the skin on my fingers, I chopped the garlic and ginger.
Is that what the hole's for in the chopping board? So things go in neatly?
I think it's for hanging.
Now look, it means you don't spill stuff. You see? Wow.
Well, I thought the idea with the hole in the chopping board was good because I'm always spilling stuff. But since Morgan ruined that, I added the garlic and ginger the normal way. Next, we added the tomato paste and the curry paste and the turmeric and stirred that all up. Then added some water and salt and the coconut milk. So we had to use the axe again, and this time I was a bit worried for Morgan's fingers and also his shirt, turns out. And then I spent half an hour tipping the coconut milk into the pan. And next we added the lentils and cooked that for 10 minutes.
How do you roughly chop a tomato?
No.
What's that face for?
What are you doing to the tomato?
I was roughly chopping it. Okay, now I have to grate the carrot unpeeled.
By day 4, I'd had enough of grating and peeling and chopping. We normally cook big meals and have leftovers, so cooking every night was a lot. Tomatoes and carrot went into the dal for another 10 minutes, and then I had to make chili oil and rub that onto the breads and fry them. and then add the spinach to the dal and just stir it through. And then we were ready to plate.
Oh no, I spilled it.
Okay.
Oh no. What a mess. Watch out. Oh! None of that now being.
Morgan also found a way to entertain himself.
I'm the best that I can.
And then we just had to add the packet of yogurt.
Seems to be just a little splodge on top.
And chop the mint. And then we were ready for the big reveal. There it is, our dal and flatbread. The dal was supposed to be creamy, but it wasn't as creamy as I wanted. I had already sampled it.
So let's try your very first taste of something you never ever tried before.
I don't know why. I think I was expecting something better, but it's good. It's just not like truffle fettuccine. Okay, let me try a bit of the flatbread. Okay, here's the flatbread. Okay, flatbread with... it's good. I like the flavours. It's still no truffle fettuccine. I like the mint and the yogurt with it. I think without the yogurt it wouldn't be that good. I probably wouldn't get this one again. Although I do like dal. I think this is just missing something. And it's not spice because it's quite spicy. How about you try?
10 out of what?
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. The flavours are really good. The portion size is great. I just feel like it could be a bit more creamy or fluffy or something. I think it's just missing that, but it is good.
And then it was Morgan's turn to try.
That's lentils.
That is. Try it with a bit of flatbread.
Yeah. Okay, here we got some bread. Okay. Okay, let's give it a go. This is good. It's good, but yes, I prefer the pasta as well. But these are decent sized portions that you get, yet again. And we got six, what do they call flatbreads in the one packet.
Yeah.
Which is generous. We did need a couple of our own things again. But other than that, this is a good meal.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I'll give this a 7.
Yeah?
It's a good solid meal, strong flavours. But yeah, 7. 7 is about it. It's not a crazy favourite, but it is definitely a solid option.
Tonight we're making baked chorizo and spinach risotto with tomato and parmesan.
This recipe came with a lot of ingredients: chicken stock, Parmesan cheese, chili flakes, a generous 2 chorizos, garlic, onion, rice, spinach, tomato, lemon and thyme, which the recipe took a lot of.
What? That was HelloFresh's garlic. I've just peeled one of the garlics from HelloFresh and there's that. It was moldy. I think I'll throw that out and get a clove of garlic from my garden.
Then came the dreaded lemon zesting and thyme picking, which took a lot of time. And then I had to chop the chorizos. You've already seen enough of my onion chopping, so that went in the pan along with the thyme and garlic, which you've seen a lot of me chopping as well. We added chili flakes and fried that all up. It smelled delicious. Then the rice went in. I'd never made a risotto before, so this was all new to me. In went the water and the chicken stock, and then that got tipped into a dish and covered with foil and put in the oven for 28 minutes. In the meantime, I had to do the tomatoes. So I found this black tomato, which we didn't use. The rest were chopped in half, drizzled with olive oil, which Morgan found funny. Then salt and pepper was added.
This would have been easier tossed in a bowl.
Yeah.
And all of that was mixed very delicately and put into the oven
I got a photo with you. Very good.
for 15 minutes. Once the risotto and the tomatoes were done, we took them both out. Then it was the moment of truth. The rice had cooked. Then spinach, Parmesan cheese, and some butter were added and stirred through.
Did not know you could bake a risotto in the oven.
And lastly, we added the tomatoes
Ooh, I'm excited.
and plated up. But first, I had to cut one more thing. And voila, there is our last meal of our HelloFresh trial. So now we are ready to taste test.
Do you eat risotto with a spoon or a fork?
Spoon.
I feel like the proper way is probably with a fork though, right?
Spoon.
I'm gonna go fork. Ready for the taste test? Well, that's a big mouthful. Wow. That might be my favorite dish yet.
Really?
I wasn't even gonna order it. And it said on it customer favorite, so I thought, I should probably try. I can see why it's a favorite. This dish, I would 100% order again, 100% make it again. And I don't think we could make this dish ourselves cheaper by buying the ingredients, probably. I need to try with this one of these roasted tomatoes too. I reckon this dish is amazing. And I do think they give you a really good quality, like chicken stock and vegetable stock for the other dish. So I would rate this 10 out of 10. This is my favorite dish so far. Okay, you can try it first and then I'll...
Okay.
Why are you eating on my bowl?
So there's more for me later.
Maybe that's your bowl. What do you think?
It's good. I don't know if it's going to take the top for me though.
Really?
What was the top?
The fettuccine with truffle.
Oh yeah, the fettuccine is really good. I think I might have to eat a bit more of yours to find
No,
out.
that's yours now.
Okay, hold on. Let me just do it with a little bit of a... That is really nice. It's a bit nicer than the rice, the beef strips, I think. Okay, so this gets at 8. 8 for me.
Okay.
Is it number 1? Or is this... I really like this too. Okay. Number 1 and number 2 is these. Number 1...
Which is your number 1?
They're both number 1 and number 2.
Okay. That's number 1.
This is number 1 and number 2.
Yep.
Both 1 and 2 because I like them equally.
So that's the chorizo
And now
risotto and the mushroom and truffle fettuccine. Number 3.
number 3 is
The
the
beef.
Malaysian beef. Number 4 is the
Number
creamy
4 is the
coconut
Dhal.
dal.
Okay.
Flatbread.
Yeah.
And lucky last
There's
is the salmon. But the salmon is still good. It was just missing a little something. The portion is not as large as these.
Okay.
I really like these and then that. This I probably wouldn't order again, but these I would.
So the same as Morgan, these are my number 1 and 2. They draw. They both taste equally as good and they're both amazing. I don't know if I gave this one a 10 though, but I still think they're both amazing. This might just have the edge over it. I just love creamy and cheesy and so good. Anyway, they're 1 and 2. Number 3 for me was the Malaysian curry beef. I think the flavors in that were good. Number 4 for me was the salmon. Surprisingly, my least favorite was the Dhal. And I just think it was because it was a bit too dense, you know, it was like, I think there was too much curry paste in it or something. It was just too much. I liked the chili flatbread and that, but I think the Dhal, I just wanted it to be lighter, fluffier, creamier, and more coconut milky and less super strong curry paste. So
You wanted it to be a pasta.
yeah, basically. So the ones I would order again,
I would probably just order these two again. They're the two I would order again. And this one, maybe, if I had no other better options.
I agree. Let's eat.
We really enjoyed the 5 meals in our trial box from HelloFresh, but we couldn't quite figure out who this thing is for because it's not for those who want to save money, as it's quite pricey and it won't ever beat making huge portions if you're going to try to save money. And it's also not for those who want convenience because you have to cook everything from scratch and that takes a long time. For us, we normally make big meals and then eat leftovers for 2 or 3 days. It could be for those who like cooking and want to try new things but don't want the pressure of deciding what to cook. And it could also be great for those who have a lot of time but just hate grocery shopping. I can see it being really helpful for parents with young children who don't like to go out grocery shopping with them, but also want to eat healthy and make sure that they know what ingredients are in their dishes. One thing that could be improved about HelloFresh, I think, is to make meals for people with allergies. I think there's people who can't eat onions, for example, and I felt like I was cutting onions all week. It would be good for those people if there could be a substitute, or I guess they could just not use the onion, so there's that. As far as the meals, they seemed good quality and the flavors were pretty good. After all, it is hard to beat things cooked from scratch. We did have 1 lemon and 1 piece of garlic that we couldn't use, which whatever, sometimes that happens. My final verdict on HelloFresh would be that it's exciting getting the box delivered to your door and having all these new meals to cook, but it's also very tiring cooking things from scratch every night of the week, especially if you're busy and you work late like we often do. I don't think that it's something that we could keep up long term. And also just the price of it per week is not something that we could justify because we tend to buy our ingredients in bulk and save money that way. But it was really great to try and I've definitely learnt some new cooking techniques which I'd like to try again. And I would recommend it to someone who had the money and who enjoys cooking but hates grocery shopping. I am thankful I got to try some new meals and I would recommend having a trial.